What is going on, Hive Warriors? It's your boy Edward V, and today we're going to talk about how to stop being hungry when intermittent fasting. Things that you can do. Some of the things that I'm going to talk about are things that you can implement that over time will allow your body to be more comfortable in a fasted state and less hungry, or even not hungry at all. And other things that I'm going to mention are things that you can use in a pinch. And of course, if you combine all of these things, it will be beneficial for you. I'm going to talk about the top 5 things you can do to stop hunger when intermittent fasting. I'm going to go ahead and break it down in this video. Stay tuned. Okay, quickly jumping into the video, we're gonna go ahead and start with number 1. I've talked about this recently, but getting more sleep is incredibly important because 2 things that regulate appetite is ghrelin and leptin levels. And leptin goes up, it decreases your appetite. It's an appetite suppression. But when ghrelin goes up, it increases your hunger. So that actually makes you want to eat more. And studies have shown that when you're deprived of sleep, or when you don't sleep the sufficient amount of hours, which tends to be about 7 to 8 hours, your ghrelin increases, which is the hunger hormone, and your leptin decreases, which is the appetite suppression hormone. So literally you are working 100% against yourself in terms of hunger when you do this. So please understand the importance of sleep in your overall weight management and health, because it actually helps you hormonally control your appetite. So please make sure you're getting more sleep. If you're finding it very difficult for you to do intermittent fasting and you're finding yourself hungry during your fasted state, it might be that you're just not getting enough sleep. Make sure to get a decent 7 to 8 hours of sleep every night. Now let's go ahead and move on to number 2. Eating more fiber. If you don't know, fiber isn't broken down like other carbohydrates. It doesn't get turned into sugar. It actually doesn't even get digested. So it's just passing through your stomach undigested. And because of this, it takes longer to do that pass through than other foods that get digested very easily because they're being used for energy. They're getting broken down. So try to eat things that are high in fiber, things like beans, avocado, vegetables. Those things will definitely assist you because it'll make you feel full. And feeling full can go a long way. Trust me, if you feel that you're full in your stomach, you actually won't eat. And sometimes if you do all of these things right, you kind of have to force feed yourself when it's time to break your fast, just because you've optimized your body with all the things that I'm going to mention in this video. So when you're breaking your fast, try to make sure to add a good amount of fiber to your meals. And especially try to add this to your final meal if you're eating multiple meals during your eating window. And speaking of things to eat, we're going to go ahead and move on to number 3. And the thing with carbohydrates is that it is not more satiating than protein and fats. Protein and fats have been found to be more satiating foods to eat. You actually feel satisfied when you eat protein and fats. You actually feel full when you eat proteins and fats, and it reduces your feeling of hunger. If you eat carbohydrates can have a lot of calories. It can be calorie dense, but it doesn't make you feel satisfied, which is why binge eating normally happens on carbohydrate foods. Things like chips, things that contain a lot of sugar like ice cream, simple carbs like bread. Binge eating tends to be those kind of food groups. If you plan ahead and try to eat more protein and fats for your diet instead of carbohydrates, you actually can eat foods that will assist you in your satiety. And if you try to implement this heavily right at the end of your eating window, right before you stop eating, basically the final meal of the day, then you can hold on to that feeling for a longer time until your window opens up again. You want to strategically get a lot of carbohydrates that contain fiber, and you also want to strategically use protein and fats to increase your satiety. Combining both of these strategies for the foods that you eat will definitely assist you in suppressing your hunger and appetite. Now let's go ahead and move on to number 4. there was a meta-analysis done when it came to exercising. Exercising helps you, of course, lose weight because it helps you increase your negative energy balance and be at a caloric deficit. It assists in muscle growth, muscle retention, building muscle, improving your cardiovascular health, but it also does hormonal things that assist you in suppressing your hunger. 2 hormones were shown in this meta-analysis of exercise. 2 hormones were shown to increase, and these 2 hormones suppress appetite and decrease hunger. Peptide YY and glucagon-like peptide 1. Those 2 hormones actually help you suppress appetite, and they were shown to increase in this meta-analysis. And remember, it's a meta-analysis, so it's really important data because a meta-analysis is looking at various studies and putting them together. So those 2 hormones, peptide YY and glucagon-like peptide 1, was shown to increase in the participants that utilized exercise. And an added thing was ghrelin was shown to decrease. So the body's actually working towards a full appetite suppression and even reducing your hunger hormone, ghrelin. If you're feeling hungry and you don't utilize the gym, you're leaving so much on the table. It's like killing 2 birds with 1 stone by improving your cardio, by improving muscle retention, muscle building, and suppressing appetite. So if you don't have exercise as part of your weekly regimen, I highly suggest that you implement that, especially if you're having problems with hunger during your fasted state. And with that being said, we'll go ahead and move on to number 5. Drinking water and drinking sparkling water. You can do these things in a pinch, because if in the moment you feel hungry, exercising on a daily basis is not readily available to you at that moment. Consistently going to sleep for 8 hours isn't readily available for you in that moment. Eating fiber or eating protein and fats, you can't do that because you're still in your fasted state. So these things, water and sparkling water, can definitely assist you in a pinch, and you should have no fear of breaking your fast. Studies have shown that 1.5 liters of water per day assisted the participants in weight loss because it suppressed appetite. Water still makes you feel full because it still fills your stomach. However, there aren't any calories attached to water. There's no additives to water. It's just simply water. And then sparkling water can take it a little bit further. If you need a more aggressive system to suppress hunger, sparkling water definitely adds another layer. Because of the fizzle of sparkling water, when it goes into your mouth, it sends electrical signals to your stomach that makes your stomach believe that calories may be coming in. And because of those signals, and then also because the sparkling water goes into your stomach and makes you feel full just as water does, your stomach is fooled even more to believe that you are actually full and you've actually consumed something. So those are good because those are what you can use in a pinch. So you can focus on building your body's hunger control using all those other tactics. But if you're in a pinch, you can drink water or you can drink sparkling water without any fear of breaking your fast. So I hope this video has helped you guys. I know a lot of people are always asking me, how do I stop being hungry? And actually, when you do intermittent fasting, over time it becomes easier. As you become fat adapted, it's easier for you to not eat. You become less hungry. Your body just kind of adjusts. But for some people, when they're starting, it's really, really difficult. So these tactics can help. And also for others, sometimes they're doing it for a while. They break the fasting regimen a few days, and then it's harder for them to get back into it because they start to feel hungry. So try to implement all those strategies, as well as having that water in your utility belt, basically where you can pull that out whenever you need to suppress your hunger at the time. I know it might not feel that water will suppress your hunger. Right before you drink it, you don't feel that it's going to be enough, but if you drink enough water, your stomach will feel full and it will help suppress your appetite. All the links to the studies will be down in the description below. And of course, I want to thank my patrons from my Patreon, and I'm going to go ahead and put their names right up here. course, I'll see you on Sunday for another FAQ. Peace!